I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a man on his 8th NFL team, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and the Miami Dolphins.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run here with Ballage. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Ballage. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. On 2nd and 12, Fitzpatrick. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play in the previous down, then comes right back and gets a sack.
So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. Now Fitzpatrick going to throw deep for the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
From the gun, Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know, you're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 22, Mayfield looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see. 99 yards of field in front of you.
Yeah, and it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, our score, 9-3. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mayfield finding Beckham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. Open man here, Sims complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score a garbage time. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Mayfield down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield to throw it, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the 1st down.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there.
Come on now, let's go.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now he'll pull it down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a Dolphins confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal. From the 3 now. Here they come on third and goal. Here's Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we come upon halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold it for a short gain when he took off running.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Here we go.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They run again with Hunt. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Single, that's single the slot. I got it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
180! Check back.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield flushed out right. It's caught. Beckham. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
180! Right there in the middle, 55. Oh, yeah.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Again, it's Balaj. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Fitzpatrick on first down. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Get out the field, defense.
A draw play now. Balaj. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, Fitzpatrick. T.J. Carey right there in coverage. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And it's caught by Parker. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead. And they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Check 53's Mike. Man, I got you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mark Walton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go. The ball ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Following the penalty, Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog. All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
53, Mike 53. Double dog, that's the way.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Open man here, Sims, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this is caught. It's Parker. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's going to let it fly, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Oh, he breaks another. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leadership. It's the toughness. It's the moxie that he exhibits. And his teammates just feed off of it.
So for the Browns, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Miami, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.